Hi, in the previous video, we took a look at dematerialization and rematerialization of shares. Well, now that we know what dematerialization is, how do we know that our shares are safe and secure? Now that they don't have a physical form, how exactly do we know where our shares are and are they secure? Well, not to worry. That's why these institutions called depositories have been established in India. Now let us take a look at what are depositories. Hi, my name is Sai, and in this video we'll be taking a look at what are depositories, the need for depositories, and what functions do they serve. What is the eligibility criteria for being a depository, and how exactly does the depository system work? What are depositories? Depositories are institutions that hold the securities of the investors in dematerialized or electronic form and provide demat services through the depository participants. In India, there are two depositories, namely CDSL, Central Depository Service Limited, and NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited. Now that we know what are depositories, let us take a look at why exactly were they needed in the first place. The concept of depositories originated in the Indian capital markets in the 90s. Theft, forgery, mutilation of certificates, and other irregularities gave the issuer the right to refuse the transfer of a particular security. In addition, added costs and delays in settlement made investor grievance redressal time-consuming. To avoid these problems, the Depositories Act of 1996 was passed and the depositories were established. We just took a look at why depositories were required. How exactly do they benefit the Indian capital market? Let us take a look at the benefits that have been provided by the depositories. The first and foremost is the elimination of bad deliveries. The second point is elimination of all risks associated with physical share certificates. And the third benefit is the immediate transfer and registration of securities. In addition, there is reduction in brokerage on trading because of depositories. Lastly, it also gives us the benefit of faster disbursement of non-cash corporate benefits. We just saw that depositories are responsible for holding the securities of the investors in dematerialized form. This is quite a significant task. That's why not anyone and everyone is eligible to become a depository. Let us take a look at the qualification that SEBI has prescribed for a depository. First, the depository must have a net worth of not less than rupees 100 crores. It must have been formed and registered as a company under the Companies Act of 2013. Third, it must be registered with SEBI as a depository. Fourth, it must have framed bylaws for its internal regulation with prior approval of SEBI. Fifth, it must have one or more participants to render depository services on its behalf. Lastly, it must have adequate systems and safeguards to prevent the manipulation of records and transactions to the satisfaction of SEBI. Who are depository participants? Depository participants are agents or representatives of the investor who provide a link between the company and the investor through the depository. The depository participants maintain the accounts of the investor and provide an update from time to time. I just said that once the shares are dematerialized, it is held by the depository. Does that mean that depository becomes the owner of these shares? Well, no. Let us take a look at how the depository system works in India. Once the securities are dematerialized, the depository becomes the registered owner of the securities in the books of the company. However, the depository as the registered owner shall not have any voting rights or any other rights in respect of the securities held by it. In the records of the depository, the name of the person who actually owns the security shall be entered as the beneficial owner, and that person shall continue to have all the rights with respect to that security. In this video, we took a look at what are depositories, what was the need to establish depositories, the functions and their eligibility criteria, who are depository participants, and the way in which the depository system works in India. In order to know more and stay updated, please don't forget to like and subscribe this video.